This video is all about how to look at a watch. Imagine, take your watch off and hold it in your hands like this. Firstly, we're going to look at the front of the watch. This is the side that will have the face or dial of the watch. You might immediately see some hands, unless it's a digital watch, because often they don't have any hands. This watch has 4 hands, but many watches have a different number, and the most I've ever seen on one is 11. Next, we're going to look to see if we see any numbers, dots, dashes, or stars on the watch that help you tell the time. This one has a load of rectangles and a load of dashes for the minutes. We then look to see if there's any windows on the front of the watch. And here we can see a small one at the 3 o'clock position that tells us the date. We might also see subdials, which are small circles, or other things on the watch that may relate to its other functions. If you have those and you don't know what they are, you should look into what those functions are and how the dials are used. Next, we look at whether there's any writing on the watch. This one does have. It has the brand on the left-hand side at the 9 o'clock position and more writing towards the bottom of the dial, telling you what the watch is. We look to see if there is a bezel. Most watches have a bezel that helps hold the crystal in place, and this one has a thick bezel that has more numbers on. This is because it's a dive watch, and you can rotate the bezel to help you with dive timing. Finally, we look to see what the dial coating is, whether it's one color like this one, what it might be made of, whether there's pictures or other craftsmanship on the dial itself. This one is a very straightforward blue. Now let's turn over the watch to look at the back. It's really important to look at the back of a watch and see what's going on. This one has an engraved steel case back, which involves the brand, a sort of trident figure, and the name of the watch. It also has other numbers telling you things like the serial number and how waterproof it is. Those dots you see are how do you open this case back. Many modern watches have a see-through case back with a piece of crystal, and you can see the movement itself. In contrast, vintage watches often have very plain case backs, simply stainless steel or a precious metal with no writing or numbers at all. Now let's turn it over to the side of the watch with the crown. Firstly, let's look at the crown. This one has the logo on the crown itself, and the crown is a thick, interesting shape. It also has the sides of the case raise up towards the crown to help protect it against knocks or bumps. This means that the side of the case is actually curved instead of flat. And the bit where the strap or bracelet attaches, they're quite short and also curved downwards. These are known as the lugs, and it's always a good idea to look at what shape the lugs are on your watch. This is also where we get a really good exact idea of what shape the case as a whole is. This one is quite curved. We all can see the material. In this case, it's brown because it's bronze. We can look at how the case relates to the front with the bezel and the crystal, and the back with the case back. You'll often be surprised at how much detail there is to see here, so it's crucial to look at this part of the watch very carefully. Now we'll look at the strap or bracelet your watch comes with. This one has still got its original strap with a bronze bracelet, a bronze clasp, and the brand is on the clasp. You might have a bracelet with many different parts, or a simple replacement strap. Either way, changing the strap or bracelet can change the watch a lot, so it's important to look closely at what is on the watch now and think about how you might like to change it in future. Let's turn the watch back over and look at it from the front again. And to finish, it's nice to take a moment, look at the watch, and just think to yourself, what is it that I like most about this watch?